Hey everybody, here we are with Jennifer Allison from Art and Soul. Jennifer, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Excellent, thank you. Thanks so much for hopping on. I greatly appreciate that. So tell us a little bit about Art and Soul, what it's all about.
Yeah, so Art and Soul is a fashion and footwear design studio, and we teach classes and we do consulting in group environment as well as private sessions. The business was started 6 years ago. I launched the studio in Toronto, but just recently, March 1st, relocated and moved back to North Bay, Ontario, one week
Nice.
before the lockdowns.
Yeah, that's crazy, eh?
Crazy timing, but I am really grateful for the timing. I mean, it would have done a lot more damage if I had still been in Toronto. So at least this has given me time to get our new shop organized and finally just have that moment to breathe and restructure and come out hopefully stronger than before.
That's awesome. So I see you have a bunch of different courses that you offer. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we have a variety, something for everybody. Our shoemaking classes have always been the star product. We were the first full-time studio in Canada to offer shoemaking content. And since then, we've branched into handbags, leather goods, and then now having moved back to North Bay, we'll also open it up to more sewing-based and apparel as well. But we try and offer a variety. So we have some short courses that may only be a 2 hour to 4 hour evening or a half a day. And then we
Right.
also offer the intensive. So those are for either out of town students or for those who are really interested in, condensed learning and want to take 5 to 10 full days to learn the craft.
That is so cool. So you're actually teaching people how to make shoes.
Absolutely, from start to finish. So we give them all the knowledge.
That's
They
awesome.
walk in with an idea. Sometimes people will come in with a sketch, sometimes an old pair of shoes that they've worn right down to the ground that they love, that they want to rebuild. And other times they just, are curious, or they have fit issues and they've never been able to find a nice looking, attractive pair of shoes that are also comfortable. So we can kind of check all those boxes, and you're learning all at the same time. So it's an awesome experience.
So for that, let's say it's a 5 day intensive. Is that for shoe building or
It's for,
shoemaking?
yeah, it's for most people come for shoes, but we also you can do a variety. You can do shoes and handbags, or if you have a garment in mind. So what we ask is students send us photos of what they're hoping to learn and make prior to booking. And that way we can build out an itinerary, and that way they have an idea of what their week will look like and what to expect, and have a more realistic idea coming into the studio on what's possible to execute during that amount of time.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So does that pricing include the materials then to build the shoe?
Generally, yeah. So it varies on some of our workshops, but because shoemaking is such a niche craft
Yeah.
to begin with, it's hard to find those tools. So moving forward, we're looking to build more kits. In our workshops, we supply all the leather because it can just
Awesome.
be an art on its own to try and find
Yeah.
all the goods to
Yeah.
get started.
So currently, are you closed during COVID? What's that look like?
Yeah, so because we moved 1 week before the lockdowns, we had planned to renovate our new shop. We didn't have the materials to continue programming or to jump online and transfer our in-person content to digital quite yet. We're definitely working on that right now.
Yeah.
And it's been a big learning curve, but it had always been the plan. And I think the pandemic just gave us that confirmation that it needs to happen. And if we want to survive this, that's the way to go. We'll always have our in-person, of course, but we won't be able to offer that until it's safe to do so. Having moved back to North Bay, the plan was to eventually offer retreats, creative retreats and experiences. And I cannot wait to do that because it's such a beautiful city. And I've
Yeah.
been fortunate to have such a wide, diverse clientele walk into my world from all over the world.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to share Northern life with my clients.
That's awesome.
But in the meantime, you know, building and learning how to offer the content. So hopefully in the next month or so, we're rejigging our whole website, and just restructuring the mission and how we go about our day to day.
That's awesome. So behind you, I see a bunch of shoes, or what you call shoe models, maybe, if that's
Yeah,
what
so
it
you
is.
can see hanging, those are our shoe lasts. So they're the
Wow.
form. So if you've ever watched Project Runway or have seen a designer work on a dress form, which you can also see kind of back there,
Yeah, I see.
you
Yeah.
see fabric being draped to design a dress. But for shoes, we actually stretch and mold the leather around, and give it time to set on the form. So the form determines your shoe size, the toe shape, the heel height, and that is generally the trickiest piece of the puzzle to find, because it really determines the silhouette and overall fit. So you can have a beautiful shoe, but if it doesn't fit, you know, it's no use to the
Yeah.
maker, the client.
This is awesome. And then one other thing on your site is something called face masks. Talk to
Yeah.
me a little bit about that.
So we kind of, you know, because we realized we were going to experience this pause, Art and Soul has always been about bringing people together through creative content and giving them an experience. So I came up with the idea of creating the Upcycling Mask Initiative. And I pitched the idea to the community, and it kind of spread through word of mouth. And we have been, for the last 3 months, making face masks, and have been donating them to frontliners, essential workers, anyone really who is in need.
Yeah.
And material, because, you know, the DIY cloth masks have been taking off, but because we work in leather, I didn't have any fabric lying around the studio. So I got creative and thought, there must be another material that would offer those same kind of wicking properties. And through research, I discovered this halyard material, which is a surgical sheeting material generally used to wrap utensils for surgeries,
Okay.
would actually be a great alternative. So we've been using that, and we've had 25 volunteers come on board. So it's been a great community builder, a great way to reach out to the community,
Wow.
all the people that I would love to invite inside the shop,
Yeah.
and just, you know, keep everybody's hands and hearts busy during this difficult time, and just try and do what we can with the skills we have.
Well, I think Ford just announced phase 2. So I don't know if you're seeing that email. I don't know if you're included in that as of yet or not for
I think
reopening.
we'll maybe be able, in terms of the phases, if we start in-person programming, we'll be able to first start off with our private programming. So we'll be able to do one-on-one.
Right.
What we do in here is kind of tricky, because we're touching everything. You're touching, feeling materials. You're usually like sharing the same tools. We do have a lot of tools, so we're just looking for, when we open up classes, how can we have kits for everyone so they're not sharing, and how do we sanitize everything and make sure all the machines are wiped down between uses. So all that is definitely in the works, and we're just kind of waiting and watching to get at it and share what we do with North Bay.
That's awesome. So your website is artandsoulacademy.com.
Yes.
You're located at 315 Algonquin, you'd said?
Yeah. We have a nice shop front, which is kind of ironic now, you know, given the times that people can't come visit us, but we're really looking forward to opening our storefront.
Awesome. What's the best phone number that they can reach you at?
So it's 705-303-9728.
Awesome. Jennifer, thank you so much for coming on. I'm so glad you moved to North Bay. I'm so glad you opened this. This is unique. This is a one-of-a-kind business. I've not seen it. I didn't know you can go somewhere in North Bay and build a pair of shoes.
I know.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, we're looking forward to sharing with everybody as soon as we can. And I've been really enjoying this series. It's been wonderful to feel connected to other businesses and kind of stay in touch with what's going on, thanks to you. So thanks for including me.
That's what this is all about. It's about support local. It's about engaging, collaborating, and getting to know other business owners. You know, maybe share some struggles or share some solutions. We just wanted to kind of shine a light to businesses like yourself, get some attention and eyeballs on it. And, you know, COVID isn't going to last forever. We're almost to the other side, a little bit longer, and we're
Yeah.
going to get there. So thank you so much for coming on. I greatly appreciate your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.